Good morning, Katie DeWord here, and today I'm going to teach you how to build a resume that is also a website. A lot of employers these days, especially if you're in IT or design or any of those exciting areas, you're going to want a resume that is a website. And in your website, you can include links to other websites that you have created, or maybe you want links to schools that you have attended or other areas that you want. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. So there's some really easy and relatively inexpensive ways to do this. So this resume that I have here on the screen is something that I created. Now, once you have your template, you're going to want a host. You need a host for it. I actually have two different hosts for mine. And also, you want to add your own touches. So if you are just using a template, which you can do that, you really want to personalize it and make it your own and make sure that you are highlighting the things that you can do. So first step to creating a resume like this is you are going to go to W3 Schools is one way. There's lots of different places you can go that have templates you can use if you want to do it an easy way. If you want to code it from scratch, you could do that as well. What I did with mine is I used a template and then I created personalized touches that I coded myself to create what I really wanted to see in my resume. So if you have a subscription to W3 Schools, you can log in. I think mine is $4.99 a month, $4.99 a month. So it's not very expensive. And with that, you can create here. And then you want to decide, do you want basic or do you want full stack? For today, let's just go ahead and browse basic and see in the basic, there are all of these templates that you can start with. So this resume that I'm showing you today, I started with a W3 Schools template, but then I added a lot of things that were my own. So I'm going to close out of this. So you can see this KT Resume 2022 is the template that I started with. Now let me go back here and show you a few things about my resume. So this is a website. So you can put this link on a paper resume so that people can visit your site. Now you want it to be exciting. You want it to represent you in a way that is going to get you a job. So a few things. So if you look, there's the education, and then of course you want to have your work experience and your portfolio. Of course, your contact information, and then a way to go back to the home page. Now, this right here, where it says, welcome to our website, that is a code that I added using JavaScript to make the site more interactive. So in order to get to this page, people have to press OK. And that is a way to make it more interactive. And it's a way to add your own code so that you can impress the people who are looking at your resume as a website. So going back to the education page, if you see here on the education page, and actually on all of my pages, I have added links. Links to, in the portfolio section, I've added links to my work. In the education section, I've added links that are actually to other websites. So for example, I attended Eastern Illinois University. And so if you click my link, that will take you to the Eastern Illinois University website. So going back here, back to my education page. So when you are designing a website, especially if you're thinking you want to do a resume website, you have to make sure that you test all of your links and make sure that the links work. If you type one thing incorrectly for your link is not going to work, and that is not going to represent you well for a resume website. So what I want to do now is show you in how I created this template into a design that was actually my own. So I showed you how you can use a template from W3 Schools. Now this actually, this website that I created as a resume also uses a host called Infinity Free. Now, Infinity Free is a free host, so that is a way that you can have a free host. However, what you want to be careful of, if it's anything that you are going to be getting money from patrons, you do not want to use Infinity Free as your host because it is not a secure site. It's very important that you make sure you know what you're using it for that and the security of that site. So Infinity Free is great for this because you want as many people as possible to see your resume. So it's not a problem to have it be something that's not secure. So let me show you here. So once you create your Infinity Free account, you will be able to upload documents. So these are all websites that I have created and used Infinity Free as the host. Under my documents, you will see here are all of the documents that were required to create this resume. So I'm going to show you this particular file called education.html. It is an HTML document, but you will see that in the HTML, I have included some JavaScript, I have included my CSS style sheet, and I want to specifically show you how to add links to your HTML page. So if we go here, let me find. Here I have pulled up for you this HTML education.html page that I created. Now, some of this was a template, so some of this was pre-created for me, but many of the items on this page were something that I added for my personal touches to my website. So when you're looking for HTML document, the first thing you see up here is this doc type HTML. That is going to tell you that is an HTML page. Now within my HTML page, I have added style sheets. This one is from W3 Schools. I have added fonts. I have added our CSS page here, which has some Ajax in it as well. So specifically, I want to show you how to add links to your HTML document. So earlier, I showed you that under the education, I had created links to the different schools that I have attended. So I think that's a nice touch for your resume because you really want to highlight the schools that have allowed you to have the degrees that you have. So in order to add a link to a school, what you would want to do is you go into the body of your HTML page. And in the body, you are going to add your link. So in order to add a link, you have to use this type of code. So you do this a href equals, this is your actual link. It's the actual website. In order to get that, you can go to that site and copy from the browser what it says is the website so that you can make sure you get it exactly right. Now, this part after this where it says Eastern Illinois University, that is what's going to show up as text on your resume or on your website. So after you create this symbol here, everything after that is what's going to show up as text. So let me show you what I mean by that when we go back to the website. Okay, so that exact line that I showed you is this link right here. And the text that I said, I told you that it was going to say Eastern Illinois University. That is the exact text that shows up here. So now by putting in that code, I have created a link. Now, when I press this link, it takes me to the Eastern Illinois University website. And like I said earlier, you do need to make sure that your link is exactly accurate. So earlier I said you could copy from the browser. So what I mean by that is if you take this and you control C, you have now copied that website address and you can paste that anywhere you need that link. So this is a quick and easy way to create a website resume. Now, what I want to tell you though is that just like if you needed something done to your car, you are going to pay an auto mechanic to do that, most likely, unless you have some kind of knowledge or you have been given some kind of training. So, yes, anyone these days can Google and find out how to put brakes on my car. But if you do it wrong, you are putting yourself at risk. And so it's kind of the same thing with web development. You could look this up, and I just gave you some really great tips on how to build a resume for almost free as a website. However, there are things that you may not know. And like I was talking about earlier with is the site secure? That's a super important part. Anytime if you are collecting money from patrons, you have to make sure that site is completely safe and secure. And so in order to do that, I would really recommend something like that. You would use a web developer. Please visit my site. It is sunshinedesign.store, and I can help you with web development. I can manage your website. I can create many things for you. So please visit me. Please like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.